Do you want to buy a hamster but do not know if it is the right pet for you? Or have you always wanted a pet and would like to explore the option of having a hamster as a pet? Regardless of which category you fall into, this video will bring clarity and help you decide if hamster is the right pet for you. So keep watching and find out the pros and cons of owning a hamster. Hamsters are low maintenance pets. Unlike a dog that requires you to take him for a walk every single day, regardless of whether it is raining or snowing, hamsters don't need much time or effort. Of course, you still have to keep food and water for your hamster every day and change his bedding once every 2 weeks or so. But still, you would be spending less time and effort when compared to the time you would spend for a dog. You don't have to spend too much to keep a hamster as a pet. If you want to own a dog or a cat, you can expect to spend a lot of money to buy one in the first place. Then, considerable amounts of money is needed every month to keep it healthy. According to the data obtained from over 1000 pet owners in the USA, you can expect to spend somewhere between $1,050 and $4,480 to purchase a dog. Then, every year, you have to spend $2,800 on its insurance, training, health checkups, and food. So, over a dog's lifetime, the costs of owning it can add up to $35,600. However, in comparison, a hamster is pretty cheap. A hamster costs just around $25. A hamster cage costs around $200. And all other hamster accessories like a hamster wheel, food and water bowls, hideouts, etc. cost just around $100 in total. And you can expect to spend somewhere between $10 and $40 every month for your hamster. So, over a hamster's lifetime, the average cost of owning it adds up to around $925. So, as you can see, hamsters are very cheap to own and have as a pet. Hamsters don't need a big house. They need a floor space of at least 5000 square centimeters. A cage that is 100 centimeters long and 50 centimeters wide can easily satisfy this requirement. This cage can easily be kept anywhere, on a desk, on a shelf, or anywhere else you have space. Hamsters are easy to clean up. Once every day, you have to remove your hamster's poop and the bedding where he peed. But that's just it. There are hamsters to suit people of all social types. If you are someone who would like to play with your hamster every single day, then you can buy a Syrian hamster. The Syrian hamster is a solitary creature that cannot stand members of its own species. However, it can get friendly with humans and can be tamed easily. On the other hand, if you do not like to play with your hamster every day, or if you are not comfortable in handling a hamster, and if you are just content with looking at your hamster play, then you can buy a dwarf hamster. There are breeds of dwarf hamsters that do not like to interact with humans. However, they are very friendly with members of their own species. So, you should always buy dwarf hamsters in groups of 2 or more. A hamster doesn't need to be trained. Even then, he will behave himself. He won't bark at people or bite people unless, of course, if a stranger sticks their hand into his cage and scares him. Unlike a dog, a hamster doesn't make himself or your house dirty. Hamsters are small prey animals, so they have evolved to groom themselves to get rid of any dirt or anything smelly that sticks to their body so that no predator can track them. A hamster, or any other pet for that matter, teaches you and your kids responsibility, patience, and discipline. I have been bitten by my hamster twice, yet it didn't make me angry even though I am an impulsive person. I have had plants before, but I kept forgetting to water them, so they died. However, I have never forgotten to keep water or food for my hamster every single day. And I also play with my hamster daily. Now, whenever I enter his room, he stops doing whatever he was doing and looks in my direction. Trust like this can only be built with patience and perseverance. These are the qualities that a pet can teach you or your kids. A recent study depicted how pets can help children become independent and responsible. In this study, teenagers with type 1 diabetes were divided into two groups. In the first group, each teenager was given a pet fish to care for by feeding twice a day, checking water levels, and changing tank water once a week. This activity was paired with the teenagers reviewing their own glucose levels with their parents. In the second group, teenagers were not given pet fishes to care for. Later, it was found that teenagers who had to care for pet fishes were more consistent in reviewing their blood glucose levels with their parents. Thus, it shows that pets can not only make children independent but also responsible. A hamster, or any other pet for that matter, is a great stress buster. Previously, before we had a hamster, I and my wife used to be stressed most of the time because of work. But now, when we come home and look at our hamster, our stress and worries disappear instantly, at least temporarily. So, if you find yourself getting constantly stressed, getting a hamster can be a really good stress buster. In a recent study, children with autism were allowed to spend 10 minutes with guinea pigs in a supervised group every day. It was found that since guinea pigs offered unconditional acceptance, it calmed the children and their anxiety levels dropped. These children also had better social interactions with their peers and connected to them easily. Hamsters don't need constant supervision. As long as you have a cage that is escape proof, you can sleep easy knowing that your hamster won't escape the cage and damage your house. Even if you have to leave your hamster alone for a day or so and go away, you have nothing to fear. However, the same cannot be said about big pets like dogs and cats. Big pets like cats and dogs play outside. They like jumping and running on grass, from which insects like ticks and fleas could infest them. These insects could also carry diseases that can also be passed on to humans like you and your children. However, hamsters and other small pets spend their entire lives inside a house. So as long as the house is clean, the hamster cage is hygienic, and the hamster is not already sick when you buy him, there is a good chance that he will lead a healthy life and not pose a risk to you and your children. These are the 11 advantages of having a hamster. Now, let's take a look at the disadvantages of owning a hamster. Hamsters are nocturnal or crepuscular. They are active at night or in the twilight hours. If you have a hamster that is nocturnal, he will keep running on his hamster wheel all night long. It can be loud. And if you are a light sleeper who can get disturbed easily by sounds, you won't be able to sleep in the same room as the hamster. Trust me, I have tried. Since hamsters are mostly nocturnal, if you are not a night owl, you will have to change your sleep schedule in order to spend time with your hamster and develop a bond with him. Hamsters may be cute pets, but you won't be able to cuddle them because they are too small. Moreover, they may not be able to tell if you are angry or sad. So, unlike a dog that can understand your emotions and try to cheer you up when you are sad, a hamster may not be able to do much if you are sad. Hamsters live only for 2 to 3 years, so they die sooner, causing emotional pain faster. Their loss can be painful and hard to overcome, especially for children. If the hamster cage is not escape proof and the hamster manages to escape, he can chew through everything, including sofa and cables. Hamsters are tiny creatures with extremely sensitive digestive systems. So, giving them even a small amount of something they are not supposed to eat can turn out to be catastrophic. For example, apple seeds contain a chemical compound called amygdalin that gets converted into cyanide inside the body. Dogs, due to their big sizes, would have to eat apple seeds from over 200 apples to get a lethal dose of this poison. However, eating even a single apple seed can become poisonous for a hamster, even killing him. So you have to exercise caution while selecting foods for your hamster. Hamsters have bad eyesight, so they use their senses of smell and hearing to make sense of their surroundings. Therefore, at times they might mistake you for food and bite you. This is what happened in my case. While I was feeding him, he mistook my finger for food and bit it. Hamsters are delicate creatures, so they are not suitable to be handled by children below 6 years of age. Not all hamsters can be tamed. Many hamsters grow up in commercial hamster mills and farms where they face harsh living conditions and are often mishandled when they are pups. So, this can get etched into their memories, making it nearly impossible to tame them, especially if you are inexperienced. So, these are the pros and cons of owning a hamster. If this video helped you, like this video and subscribe to my channel.